Welcome to the big show. This is Investing with Confidence. I am your host, Joshua David, and we are happy to have you with us today. As always, I do have my great friend, and he is my great pal, Mr. Al Connickson. Al, how the heck are you doing today?
You know what? I'm inside and it's warm in here. We paid the heating bill, so I'm doing pretty well. How about you, Josh?
I'm doing really good. It's Valentine's Day weekend.
Coming up.
We got Valentine's Day red, but we have the markets are green.
Mhm.
And that's some of the things we're going to talk about here today on Investing with Confidence is current market conditions. What's driving some of these phenomenal opportunities that we're seeing in these markets? Last week, we had another positive week for most stock markets.
Right. Mhm.
And the average investor seems to be doing pretty well. And the problem is, I think some people are becoming complacent
Right.
and thinking it's going to happen forever. But we are having an up market, so we need to have up market, I guess, decision processes, but also be ready for down markets. There's different ways that us as the average investor can protect, right? So I want to talk about some of that stuff today. What are some of the things that are driving these markets to become so green lately? It's kind of the theme every single week, but how can we protect our capital as well?
Yeah, and that's really critical. You talk about the opportunity to participate in these up markets, which we have been having, but we do know that the market doesn't just go up. There's three different directions. It can go up, it can go down, it can go sideways. And our goal is to help our students have the confidence to participate all three directions. And we recently changed the name of our show from Retire Young to Investing with Confidence. So I kind of want to hit on that subject again. And here's kind of an interesting stat too, Josh. I just read that the people that are earning between $35,000 and $75,000 a year, they've increased their market activity by 90%.
I've seen that.
That is huge. What it also means to me is that there are a lot of people participating in this market that probably are not properly educated.
You're right.
And have done so in a market environment where they've been rewarded by just putting money into something and then it's going up in price. And that is one direction that the market will go, but it's not going to go that way forever. We always have these pullbacks. We always have corrections. Occasionally we will have a bear market. So the really important thing is to know how to be prepared to take advantage of any direction in these markets, but do it with confidence. And how do you do that? What is investing with confidence? Well, it's knowing that you have the proper knowledge, the appropriate skills, and the resources and tools to increase your chances of being right. It's being able to set a trade or investment and then being able to walk away and not think about the outcome. And, I'm sure people are going, what do you mean? Don't think about the outcome. Well, if you set this properly, you do this properly, you'll know that if you are wrong, your capital is protected. If you're right, your profit is protected. And if you're right, you're going to choose a price that gives you the lowest risk entry. Those are the goals that everybody should have with every trade. And it's also knowing that if you need help, that help is there. And one of the things that we do and really kind of emphasize is kind of that, I'm almost going to call it aftermarket. But we're there for help if help is needed. You can read a book, you can get a CD, but if you have questions, you can spend all day long asking a book questions or asking a CD questions. It's not going to respond. You can go back to a hotel that you spent maybe a weekend in for a seminar. They're not going to be there next week or next month to help you. But one of the things that our students really appreciate is the opportunity to have somebody available all the time to help if help is needed.
Yeah, it's really that mentoring. And I'm glad you brought that point up of there's so many people investing in the markets right now. It's kind of like they're reeling people in. And this kind of happened in 2000 when, the tech bubble.
Yeah.
Everybody was getting into the market. The news was talking about it, how great things are. And they were kind of reeling people in.
Yep.
Feeling like it was just a great, the best thing in the world. Well, the market is, I think, one of the best things in the world, but most people are going in, like you said, without education. That's why you do need the education to understand price action. Now, coming up next, I want to get into, I guess, multiple assets. When I talk about assets, we're talking about stocks, options, futures, and Forex. There's leverage that's involved there, which is phenomenal for the average investor, but the average investor just doesn't know what that is and how to utilize it. So I want to talk about how to utilize leverage in 24-hour markets so you can participate. This is Josh and Al, Investing with Confidence. We'll be right back.